It's Friday, July 26th, 2024. Welcome to episode 113 of the Alameda Postcast, an audio service of the Alameda Post. I'm your host, Scott Peeler. In this edition of the Postcast, criminal charges issued in the wake of last year's scrap metal fire. FOZ hits the fast forward button on their spay-neuter clinic. The planning board approves the new Alameda Food Bank facility. The Island Hopper shuttle begins at Alameda Point. Lots of water transit news. More overnight Posey Tube closings. Julie's has a new owner. And back-to-back titles for the Alameda Anchors. These stories and more on this episode of the Alameda Postcast. Our top story. Last August, as reported in episode 65, Schnitzer Steel suffered its third major fire in 5 years. The August 9th blaze at 1101 Embarcadero West in Oakland spewed acrid and possibly toxic smoke across the estuary to Alameda, other parts of Oakland, San Leandro, and Fremont, and as far as Contra Costa County. On Tuesday, the Alameda County Criminal Grand Jury issued a 10-count indictment against Schnitzer, now known as Radius Recycling, along with company managers Daniel Woltman and Dane Morales. The indictment alleges that Radius, Woltman, and Morales committed numerous felony health and safety code violations, including recklessly emitting an air contaminant that caused great bodily injury or death, and knowing or reckless treatment, handling, disposal, or storage of hazardous waste in a manner causing an unreasonable risk of fire, explosion, serious injury, or death. Woltman and Morales are also charged with conspiracy to violate California's health and safety code. Woltman is additionally charged with felony conspiracy to intentionally destroy or conceal evidence, and all defendants are charged with multiple misdemeanor violations of various statutes. In total, Radius is charged with 8 offenses, Morales with 9, and Woltman with all 10 offenses in the indictment. If convicted on all counts and allegations in the indictment, Radius Schnitzer's potential criminal fines could total in excess of $33 million. Woltman faces as much as $31 million, and Morales' maximum fine exceeds $1 million. Additionally, each of the felonies in which Woltman and Morales are charged is punishable with a maximum sentence of 3 years in the county jail. If you believe your health suffered because of that fire, you are encouraged to contact the investigation team. You can find that contact information and additional details about the case at alamedapost.com/news. An Alameda institution is growing and faster than was initially thought. Back in February, in episode 90, I reported on Friends of the Alameda Animal Shelter expanding to Bay Farm Island with the addition of a spay and neuter clinic and dog training facility. Spay-neuter facilities are in extremely short supply, and currently FOZ must travel as far as Livermore. What originally looked to be a project that would take a couple of years will now be completed in a matter of months. What put the project on the fast track? Shipping containers. Rather than wait for the lengthy building process, the decision was made to build the campus using 8 repurposed shipping containers as the principal building blocks. With this process, the state-of-the-art clinic on North Loop Road is expected to open by the end of the year. And to reiterate, the new facility will not be an additional shelter for housing animals. It will strictly be a clinic and training facility. In addition to caring for the shelter's animal population, FOZ will offer low-cost spay-neuter services to the public. For details, including renderings of the new space, see alamedapost.com/news. On Tuesday, the Alameda Planning Board approved the design review for the Alameda Food Bank's planned addition of a 10,000-square-foot warehouse to Building 607 at 677 West Ranger Avenue. While the existing facility will be renovated into a new community food market, the planned food storage warehouse will address increased demand and enable the food bank to prepare for emergencies affecting the larger community. As reported in episode 79, in November of 23, the Planning Board unanimously approved a development plan and use permit for the Building 607 revamp. The food bank now has a lease with a purchase option agreement and intends to buy the property from the city. The food bank eliminated a previously planned commercial kitchen during the design process. Instead, the client shopping area will increase by 20%. Executive Director Teal Harden explained that this was due to the food bank's increasing number of clients and a determination to focus on the food bank's core food distribution mission. The new facility, which is entirely self-funded, will support the food bank's mission by creating a more dignified experience for those seeking food assistance. It will increase the size of their food pantry and warehouse and will improve and enlarge waiting areas. An old mechanical yard will be converted to an outdoor patio for employees, and a covered waiting area will be added for clients who arrive before opening hours. The existing building will house offices along with administrative and waiting areas, and the addition will house the warehouse. The Planning Board voted to approve the design review for the warehouse addition with conditions that included the food bank working with planning staff to ensure that delivery trucks do not impact adjacent Head Start student drop-offs and pickups, and that Head Start staff can still park in the vicinity. For complete details on the next step for the food bank, see Karen Jensen's article at alamedapost.com/news. On the subject of Alameda Point, it just got easier, again, to get around without needing a car or money. You might remember last year's Alley Up shuttle that ran Friday through Sunday from August to November, linking Spirits Alley with Alameda Landing and the Main Street Ferry Terminal. This year, meet the Island Hopper. The Hopper is slightly different than last year's Alley Up. The Hopper will run on Saturdays and Sundays only from noon until 7:30. It's a supplement to AC Transit Line 96. There is no longer a stop at the Hornet, but there is a stop at Woodstock, the new Oakland-Alameda water shuttle. The Hopper features 3 routes and 9 stops. 6 of those stops are for the various Alameda Point establishments, plus the Main Street Ferry Terminal, 5th Street Alameda Landing, and Bohall Circle Immigrant Park, where you can catch Woodstock and head over to Jack London Square. Like Woodstock, the Hopper is free. It will run every 10 to 20 minutes. It is ADA compliant and bicycles are welcome. It all gets going this Saturday, July 27th. For details, including a route map, see alamedapost.com/news. After a bumpy start, Woodstock the water shuttle has been chugging right along, and it's been popular. Despite hiccups on the first day, it carried 775 passengers across the estuary. Our own Ken Dura was there and turned in a great look at the new way to cross the water. By the way, how long does it take Woodstock to go dock to dock? Well, just under 4 minutes, and Ken's got the video to prove it. That video and much more is in his article at alamedapost.com/news. If you're curious about the nuts and bolts of taking a trip on Woodstock, we've got a convenient rider's guide at alamedapost.com/features. Staying on the water, SF Bay Ferry is a national leader in clean and green transportation. Another milestone was reached last week as the Sea Change was put into service on the San Francisco short hop route between the downtown ferry terminal and Pier 41. The Alameda connection, the hull and superstructure were fabricated at our own Bay Ship and Yacht. Running on hydrogen fuel cells, the only byproducts of the power source are heat and pure drinkable water. And our own C.J. Hirschfeld put that to the test. That's right, she declared the water to be delicious. For a look at how Sea Change is a harbinger of, well, a sea change in transportation, and how Bay Ship and Yacht is preserving the past, building the future, and their transition to an employee-owned company, see CJ's article at alamedapost.com/news. Turning to land-based transit, more overnight closings for the Posey Tube next week. Caltrans will shut down Posey from 10 p.m. until 4:30 a.m. for 3 consecutive nights, Monday through Wednesday. The Webster Tube will remain open. Full schedule at alamedapost.com/news. A beloved Alameda dining spot has a new owner, but a familiar face. Julie Barron, the restaurant's namesake, is retiring. The popular coffee and tea garden will now be under the guidance of Shannon Marsden, who came aboard as a part-time bookkeeper in 2017, and since then has served in just about every position imaginable. As part of her plans to raise some funds for some upgrades, she's baking special pies each month. This month, a blueberry key lime, available for special order and regular and gluten-free. For a look at what Shannon has in store for Julie's, as well as a link to order that pie, see Kelsey Gore's article at alamedapost.com/features. Turning to sports, congratulations to the Alameda Anchors for the second year in a row. They are the baseball champions of the Bay Area Collegiate League. Despite posting an 8-8 record during the regular season, they triumphed over the California Red Tails to take their second consecutive title. Final walking history tour of the month is Sunday. Learn the history of the old Naval Air Station north of Tower Avenue, 10 a.m. at the Main Street entrance near City Hall West by the Plane on a Stick. Details and ticket reservations at alamedapost.com/tours. alamedapost.com/events, truly your one-stop shop for Alameda events and beyond. We've made some improvements, and Adam Gillett guides you through how we're now connected to calendars across the Bay Area. Find the details at alamedapost.com/op-ed. Taking a look at some highlights, Friday tonight, Starlight Movies in the Park, a free showing of Trolls Band Together at Alameda Point Multipurpose Field. Saturday, Farmers Market from 9 until 1. Downtown Alameda Art and Wine Fair Saturday and Sunday. Ales for ALS at Faction Brewing. Myers House on Alameda Avenue, open for tours Saturday. Summer Beats Concert Series at South Shore. Many, many more events at the new and improved alamedapost.com/events. Thank you for your support of local news for Alameda. To give a tax-deductible donation, head to alamedapost.com/memberships. You can find us on all the usual social media channels. Don't forget to subscribe to us on Apple News. Find the Postcast wherever you get your podcasts, or simply tell your smart device to play the Alameda Postcast podcast. I'm Scott Peeler, back next Friday with episode 114 of the Alameda Postcast.